I told my AI assistant, we have duplicate posts scheduled. They need to be purged. By day's end, I'd find zero duplicates, a different bug hiding underneath, and I'd accidentally cause a second bug just by asking a reasonable question the wrong way. I run Jarvis, my AI assistant built on Claude, that autonomously schedules about 13 short form videos a week across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube through Blotado via a small custom tool I built myself, not the full official integration. I pulled all 108 scheduled posts and checked for real duplicates. Same account, same text, same time. Picture a spreadsheet with 108 rows. Every row checked against every other row. Zero matches. But something else showed up. About 90 posts spanning 2 different weeks of content were scheduled to the exact same timestamp, same TikTok account, same minute. 2 different videos set to fire at once. Not a duplicate, a double booking. Looks like duplicates if you're skimming, but it's 2 batches of content that never should have shared a date. Trusting the word duplicate would have found nothing and left 2 videos ready to publish on top of each other. Second mystery, why couldn't my assistant delete a scheduled post? The doc said deletion was basic. I read the code. My assistant's tool could list, publish, check status, pull analytics, but had never touched anything on the calendar. The docs weren't wrong. They described Blotado's full platform, a separate connection I also have. Picture 2 boxes, both labeled Blotado. Only one had a key to the calendar. Fix, build that capability into my assistant's own toolkit. Here's the one that took longest to understand. The step that schedules a week's posts works off one rule. Find next Monday, build from there. It was calculated from today's date, with zero awareness of what was already scheduled. Most weeks that's harmless, but when 2 approvals land close together, both runs compute the same next Monday and fill the same slots. Neither did anything wrong by its own logic. It just had no way of knowing another run had already claimed that week. Picture a calendar square for one Tuesday, 2 video entries stacked on top of each other, both set to fire at the same minute. 2 people booking the same conference room because neither checked the room's actual calendar first. A longer delay just makes the collision less likely, not impossible. Same bug in disguise. The real fix, check the actual calendar before picking a date, find whatever's scheduled furthest out, and start the new week the Monday right after. A system that checks reality can't drift out of sync with it. Here's the part I didn't see coming, and my favorite part of this story. To fix the scheduling logic safely, I needed my assistant's exact live instructions, word for word. So I asked it, show me your own instructions, every character. Buried inside were example lines showing the format for saving something to memory. Placeholder text, like fill in the real week number here, never meant as a command. My assistant doesn't distinguish between here's an example and do this now. It read its own example back to me, and in quoting it, quietly executed it. Picture 4 entries showing up in its memory, each still carrying a literal, unfilled placeholder. I hadn't found a pre existing bug, I'd caused one by asking a reasonable question the wrong way. Cleaning it up was easy, but the real question stuck. If asking my assistant to describe itself makes it act on what it's describing, that's a standing trap that would happen again to anyone. So I fixed that too. Before saving anything to memory now, it checks for an unfilled placeholder, the kind that only shows up in an example, never something real. If so, it's ignored. I tested it by repeating the exact request that caused the problem. Zero garbage the second time. None of this started as a hunt for a scheduling bug or a self-inflicted memory bug. It started with one word, duplicate. Every layer past that word turned out to be something else. Not duplicate posts, a collision. Not a missing feature, 2 systems sharing a name. Not a fluke, a mechanism that would keep firing until fixed. And the fix carried a bug of its own, hiding in the action that felt safest, asking the system to explain itself. The label someone puts on a problem tells you where to start looking, not what you'll find. Investigating an AI agent isn't passive or risk-free. Asking a system to introspect on itself is still asking it to run with the same failure modes as anything else it does. If you're running automation near anything that matters in your business, this is real, unglamorous AI ops. The discipline to keep asking whether the fix actually generalizes. If you want a clear-eyed look at where your own systems might have a gap like this, I do free AI systems audits, links in the description. See you in the next one.